There is a reason yoga poses are held in a certain way. And there's also a reason that teachers normally teach them because we want to pass it down the right way. So if you're ready, since it's already time, I think we will start. So the best way to start is by being seated. So if you haven't sat down yet, sit down. And we're going to take a pose called Siddhasana. In the ancient times, this was the pose that was most connected to learning, the most connected to meditation. Padmasana is something you might already be familiar with, must have seen a lot of movies and our previous instructors teaching you, but this is a preparatory pose and also an easier, similar way to do the same thing. So I want you to bring one heel into your hips, literally touching your hip joints. And bring the other ankle in front. So your knees are really nicely aligned in this straight line. If you're ready to take it to another level, you can even bring the ankle on top. But for the entirety of our pranayama, no movement. Okay? So if this feels more comfortable, you sit like this. Your knees are wide. I'm going to take it like this. It's a Sunday morning, and I feel there's a lot of respect to pay to this body. We work from Monday to Saturday, and I really want to say kudos to you for making it on a Sunday morning. But morning bodies are quite stiff. So the way I would like for you to treat your bodies with some love and respect versus just like do and push. Okay. Hands on the knees, just lift through the spine and pull the shoulders back. Just kind of opening your hearts and keep your chin parallel to the earth. From there, just close your eyes and just take a few quiet seconds. Just listening to the morning sounds. The sound of the birds and the sound of silence. Let the thoughts in your head start to settle and really start to enjoy silence. Practicing in the mornings is powerful, and more so in this lockdown because the world is still silent. And we can invoke that quality in us. And in a sense of invocation, we're going to start with a prayer. So I ask you to bring your palms together. We're surrendering to the elements around us, to the elements within us, and invoking the grace of the universe to flow through us. We're going to start by chanting 3 beautiful Oms. Please do chant with me. Each Om is for you to lengthen your breath and also to connect deeper with yourself. Keep your eyes closed. The practice of yoga is one of hearing, shrunoti, versus one of seeing. Okay? So ready? We'll take one inhale together. Sahana bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, saha viryam karavavahai, tejasvinavati tamastu ma vishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome to the practice of yoga. This is unlike anything else in the world. In your everyday life, all of you are giving to your friends, your family, workplaces. But this next 60 minutes is for us to fill our cup. An empty cup can't pour water. So you need to take care of yourself. And I don't mean this in a selfish way. I mean it in a very self-aware way. I know you've been learning about breath. And today we're going to just take it to a slightly different level. So just as I said, the practice of yoga is one of listening. Normally we're all ones of seeing. And that's because from school, you've been taught, oh, that person is doing this, do the same. No copying. Each of your bodies are built so beautifully. You listen to your body. Okay? So I want you to just bring one hand on your belly and one on your chest. Just like you're giving yourself a nice warm hug. Spread your fingers wide. Got it? So now just close your eyes, and with the hand that is on your chest, start to feel your heartbeat. See if you can quieten the mind that you can feel this beautiful sound. We normally feel the sound only when it's beating too fast, when we're in trouble. But listen to this. With the hand that is on the belly, check if your breath is even reaching your stomach. Are you breathing so short that you can't even feel the breath move to the belly? And if it is, you fake the breath now. That means slowly push the belly out. It's expanding like a balloon. Belly must push out on the inhale. And like a balloon that is losing air, pull the belly in on the exhale. Remember, belly is expanding on the inhale. And belly is contracting on the exhalation. Now slowly roll the tongue up like a little rocket. It's touching the roof of your mouth. This is a mudra that is very conducive for quietness and meditation. For now, just notice how that feeling is like on your mouth. I am going to give you some counts. You hear me. Don't open your eyes. You trust your wisdom. Just hear my voice and we will breathe together. I'm going to let every breath grow longer and longer. And you breathe as much as you can, noticing the strength of your lungs. So ready? Eyes closed. Inhaling for 3. 2, pushing the belly out. 1. Exhale, belly is coming in for 3. 2, try and bring it in. 1. Same breath. Inhaling for 3. 2, expand the body, take in the oxygen. 1. Exhale, belly is coming in for 3. 2. 1. Longer, my yogis. Inhaling for 4. 3, push your belly out. 2. 1. Exhale, belly is coming in for 4. Slowly, okay? 3, 2, 1. Try that breath again. Inhale, expanding for 4. 3, like a balloon filling up. Take in some more air. 2, 1, and exhaling for 4. 3, 2, 1. Longer, my yogis. Inhaling for 5. 4, pull the belly out. 3, 2, 1, and exhale, belly is coming in for 5. 4, 3, focus on your breath. 2, don't let the mind wander. 1, same breath last time. Inhaling for 5. 4, expand the breath and body. 3, send the air to the belly. 2, 1 and exhale. Belly is coming in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Since you're so good, last breath. Inhaling for 6, 5. Try to go longer till my count of 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling for 6, 5. Belly is moving in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release your hands to the knees. If you found 6 breaths hard, that means lungs are working at 10% capacity. Patanjali in the Yoga Sutra says our inhale should be at least 15 seconds long. The virus that's going around is affecting bodies and also lungs. You've recovered from fever, from cold, from body pain. But when it hits the lungs, it becomes a lot more dangerous. It's why we're going to work on increasing the capacity of your lungs. I know you learned your Kapalabhati a few days before, but I'm still running you through it. Kapala refers to the prefrontal lobe of the brain, this part. And when you're breathing, you want to send the oxygen straight up to awaken this part of the brain. Now, Kapalabhati is made up of short, quick exhale. So your breath will sound like, and you might ask me, Rohini, where is the inhalation? So you've heard my exhale. The inhale is happening quietly in between. You're literally balancing life. The powerful exhale and a soft, quiet inhale. I'm going a little slower with the breath so you can hear it. It'll be like, and imagine something was stuck in your nose and you're like, you exhale it. Kapalabhati is not meant to be a soft breath. It's powerful. And I want you to do it with your eyes closed so you feel the power of this breath in your body. Okay. You might feel a little bit lightheaded the first time you try it, but don't open your eyes. It's because there's an inflow of oxygen that's hitting the system. Okay. Your body is getting used to that. So until I ask you in the practice, even if your videos are off, please don't open your eyes. We're going to do 3 rounds of Kapalabhati. In the first round, we will do 10 breaths. You sit quietly, you'll feel tingling vibration like electricity is moving in your body. But this will only happen if you breathe powerfully. Got it? Don't worry about anybody else in the house. You breathe strongly, the house should vibrate. Second thing to note is the belly must come in as you exhale. So because we're all beginners, I want you to place one hand on your tummy muscles. Okay. First round 10 breaths, second round 20, third round 30. Got it? Sit comfortably, no movement. Yoga is about discipline as well. So we're setting the body in stone. Whichever hand you like is on your tummy, close your eyes. We're working on increasing the capacity of our lungs. Tune into your body deeply. The body holds more wisdom than the nonsense of the mind. In our first round of Kapalabhati, my dearest yogis, we're doing 10 exhalations. You hear my breath and breathe with me. So no matter where in the world we are creating an energetic power. Ready? We'll take one inhale together. And let's begin. Release the hand, eyes closed, sit still. Notice what the tip of your nose is feeling like. It should feel cleaner. And you should also feel like slight tingling happening in the body. We're now going into our second round. Eyes stay closed, do not open it. It's a waste of energy and you won't feel it. Right hand is on the belly. Round 2 is 20 breaths. Ready, my yogis? One inhale together. And let's begin. More powerful. Clear your nose. Good. Belly in. Keep going. Don't stop. More powerful. Perfect. Release your hands, sit quietly, eyes closed. You'll feel the tingling all the way to your throat and your chest. As you sit still, it'll build in your system, eyes stay closed. We have one final round, my yogis. Is the last most powerful round to increase the capacity of your lungs. Even if you're finding it hard, keep the mind here and finish the 30. Hand is on the belly. Ready. One inhale together. Let's begin. Stronger. Belly moves in. Keep going. Good. Clear the nose. 10 more. Don't stop. Mouth is closed. Only air through the nose. Release the hands, sit quietly. Like a statue. Notice how your mind is automatically becoming quiet. Breath has the power to change your emotions. When you're sad, you cry, breath becomes erratic. Angry, breath becomes fast. When you're calm, breath becomes slow. As emotion affects the mind, we're using breath to affect the emotions. Sit in your quiet, silent state. Reminding yourself the practice of yoga is about taming the body, yes, but from the body we learn to tame the mind. Take a second longer here and slowly bring your palms together, rubbing them. Feel the heat build. Your body's ability to generate heat on its own is power. Rub. When you're ready, place the base of your palms, the heel of your palms on your eyes and massage all the tiredness, the dullness out. And slowly wipe your hands down your cheeks, your neck, any part of you that's feeling tired. Long downward strokes. If you've gone for an Ayurvedic massage, you will always notice they'll do these long strokes. It affects your lymphatic system. It's why when you wake up, the face is swollen. There's lots of water trapped. So when you do this, you move all of that energy around. Got it? Ready? Time to move all this energy we created through the pranayama. I'm taking you through a very simple sequence. As I said, your body is different to mine. Your body is different to anybody else in the world, including the people in your home. So listen, if I'm saying bend your knees, bend it. If I'm saying straighten your hands, straighten it. Don't crane your neck to the screen and all. Trust your wisdom. Yoga is generally intuitive. The first yoga was not taught by a teacher or by a book. The person sat in meditation, they understood it, which means the practice is intuitive by nature. Ready? So come meet me in Balasana, child's pose. How this pose is, your knee is on, one knee is on the left corner, other knee is on the right corner. Knees are wide. Your toes are touching at the back, forming like this inverted V shape. Then you sit your bum into your heels. And if it's hard for you, you place a pillow underneath your ankles. As I said, everybody is different. Hands to the front, like you're really touching somebody there. And then forehead is on the floor. Rest in this posture. Notice how your body is really feeling. Notice how your spine is feeling. Imagine I was standing in front of you and I'm pulling your fingers. You see, the practice of yoga is to use the body to tame the mind. It works in the sense that first, can I control what I can see, which is my body? Then I will work into something that I can only feel, which is my breath. And then I work into something which I can't feel or see, which is my mind. But it starts with this physical level. So reach with your fingers. Stretch it out like you want to touch something. Don't let the bum come off the heels, okay? Stretch one more second, letting your fingers crawl for another 3. Head is down, okay? 2 beautiful yogis. Feel the stretch in your spine. You're practicing for you. And I want you to connect with your body. 1. Good. Look up and look to your fingertips. Good. Take both your hands off the mat onto the floor on the left side. You're forming like a small curve with the body. Okay. And reach with the right fingers more and more. Rest the forehead on the floor. Now notice the stretch on the right side of the body. From your fingers to your hips, no stretch. Appa, mine is tense. Notice how yours is feeling. Reach 1 more inch. Like you want to touch something. You must feel it in your body so it feels like a really nice release. All the tension we create through the week, we will release it today. Take 1 more inch further, as much as your body is allowing. Good. And slowly come back. Same thing on the other side, okay? Left hand is doing the stretching. You're turning this side, that's all, to the right side. Because we're on the right, the left hand is doing most of the stretching. Notice it. Keep your forehead down. Close your eyes for a second and notice how the left side of your body is feeling. From your fingertips all the way to your heels, keep stretching. Can you feel the tension near the hip and the shoulders? Reach 1 more inch more, yogis. Stretching and releasing this morning tightness that lives in our bodies. Last few seconds. And for 1, super. Slowly come back up. Already I feel like I've done a lot. Forehead is down, okay, Kanamas, my darlings. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace them or entwine them. That just means entwining your fingers together. Now lift the hands up like you're holding a flag. Move it to the left and the right. Back and forth, and some of you might find this hard. It means you're not using your shoulders enough. Draw circle, semicircle. Notice the tension that is there. Keep moving. You're doing really well. Good. Even if it's hard, keep moving a little bit more, okay? Even if it's 2 inches you move, you want to find the mobility in the body. Keep lifting up slowly, higher and higher, working. Can you notice the tension in the shoulders? How did it get there? We are doing the putting of the tension. Yoga is doing the releasing. For 2, stretch and open a little bit more, yogis. 1 more inch if you can. Stretch. And for 1, release. Ooh. Reach the hands back to the front. Now look forwards to the fingertips and puff up through your back. So not flat, puff it up, round it a bit. Now slowly drag your fingers back to your knees like you're moving it through cement. Back is still rounded. Pull it like I'm going to scratch off my mat. Move it slowly and you'll feel the stretch across the whole of your back. Slowly come to seated. Appa. Good job. Take your hands, interlace them behind your back. When you're ready, no rush. And if this is hard for you, remember, place a pillow underneath. Interlace the hands behind your back, yogi. It's good. Now roll the heart, look up, fingertips coming down to the floor. Stretch your shoulders up. Release those hands, bring them in front. Interlace them, round them away. Curl the body and look at your own belly button. Beautiful, guys. Now take this a couple of times at your own pace. So interlace behind, roll and lift. Don't wait for my instructions. Actually, just close your eyes and move at your own pace. As I said, the practice of yoga is about you understanding your body. And if all our lives we're always waiting for instruction, when will we learn about what's going on inside? So just feel what your body needs. Interlace behind, bring it in front. You don't have to match my pace at all. Just noticing where is tension hiding in my body and how can I release it? We bring our awareness to everything outside us. That person needs something, so I have to do it. This person needs something, so I have to do it. But never do we notice what is lying right within us. And this is step 1 of unlocking that. So take it a few more times, just closing your eyes, letting your body flow. And for some of you, it might feel hard. How can I move without instruction? But this is letting your wisdom shine. Okay, just for another 3. Opening your heart for 2. Take your last stretch, my darling yogis, in whichever side you want, okay? Whichever side is most tense for you in this body. And for one, sit down steady. Got it? I'm just facing you. Now your left hand, if you can, palm down. If you can, elbows down. Right hand parallel. You don't have to get elbows. Even this is perfectly good. Right hand parallel to your ears. Look up, don't look down. You're opening the heart. From here, draw a beautiful semicircle, flattening your belly, and do the same on the opposite side. What you're doing is activating the digestive system as you create this flattening effect, and also stretching the sides of the body where the lymph nodes are located. Lymph nodes are like the drainage system. Most of our drainage in our body is clogged. So you just take these sways. Again, just letting your body move. Lovely. I love seeing all of you move at your own pace. Yoga is meant for everybody. Okay, so just close your eyes and take these sways, really listening to your body and noticing where you're holding tension today. Each of you are doing different things. You know best what is going on inside versus me sitting somewhere else. I can tell you from my knowledge, but that wisdom lives within you. Sway and keep moving, really understanding your body and releasing all the tension. Closing your eyes so this becomes an internal practice versus an external one. Don't be scared about closing your eyes. Just here for another 3, 2. Last breath, my yogis. Take it on whichever side is the most tense for you. And for 1, slowly come back. Now I'm going to take it to another level because most of you who I can see are doing it really well. So just facing you again, your left hand will go behind your hips, either palm down or fingertips, depending on your flexibility. It's not that one person gets a medal, all is the same. You just push the hips up and you reach with the right hand. You will notice the tension in the lower back. From there, again, semicircle. We're still working on that poor little digestive system that has eaten too much biryani. Right hand back. Push the hips up and stretch. Okay, you can even take it by the side. Just keep pushing the hips up. Try it with me. Come, come, come. Just moving. Lovely. That's it. Hand by the side and push up. Hips forwards. Yes, that's it. Lovely. I see some of you doing it. Don't worry. Don't think about it too much. Don't look at it and be like, oh, yo, that looks so hard. There is nothing hard until your mind decides it is. Got it? Very good. That's it. Keep pushing your hips up. Just stretching and noticing, Amma, what is happening in my lower back? Do you see what your body is telling you? This many years of neglect is showing up as pain. Doing everything for everybody, very good. I'm proud of you. But sometimes listen to yourself also. Take few more swirls, okay? Just for another 3. Don't think too much. Yoga is possible by everybody. So don't think too much. Just keep moving. For 2. Take your last stretch on whichever side is the most comfortable for you. Don't think too much. Beautiful. You guys are doing really well. Just feel it in your back to the way you can. And for 1. Very good. Coming back down. Hands are forward. Knees go underneath you. You are in the stable top position. Looks like a table at home, no? It's called Brahmanasana, named after the 4 heads of Brahma. Okay? Tabletop in English because English doesn't have that much creativity. All right, so we're doing something called cat and cow. So drop the spine and look up. You're like a hungry cow that wants to bite something. Oh, very nice. Now push the spine up and look to your belly. You're like an angry cat. Amazing. We're doing this 3 more times. Inhale, drop the spine and look up. Stretching and releasing all the tension in that back. Beautiful. Exhale, round and look straight to your navel, your belly button. 2 more like this, okay? Dropping the spine, gaze up, stretch and release all that tension from life. Exhale, round and look straight to your belly button. 1 last time, my darlings. Inhale, drop the spine, lengthen and look up, releasing the tension. Exhale, round and look straight inwards. Neutral the back. That just means straight back. Okay? From here, see if you can lift the right leg out, pointed back. Careful, you're at home. Don't kick anybody or anything. Okay? Good. Now we're going to balance. This is Vyagrahasana, named after the tiger. Balance with the weight in the right hand. See if you can lift your left hand. It's a spinal balance. steady. Your fingertip and heel need to be in the straight line. Try not to shiver too much. You're like a pouncing tiger. So as a tiger pounces, it also pulls back before it jumps. You're going to do that. Just concentrate, okay? Get your elbows and knees to meet underneath your belly. Touch it. Now stretch it out like you're the pouncing tiger. Super. 2 more, okay? Ready? Underneath the belly. Touch the elbows and knees. Just try. Try not to touch the floor. And open it out. We're doing it 2 more times. Come on. Elbows and knees touch underneath. You're doing really well. Open and be a pouncing tiger. Last time, okay? Elbows and knees are touching. Inhale, open and pause. Be still. Lovely. Yogi is so proud of you. Hands down, knees down. Same thing other side. You already know it. Ready? Left leg back. Right hand forwards. You're removing every unnecessary thought. This tiger is focusing on their goal of keeping their bodies and minds in the best shape. Ready? Elbows and knees touch inside. Good. Open and stretch out. Superb. Once more. Touch it inside. And open it out. Be that tiger. Beautiful. 2 more. Elbows and touch, knees touch inside. Open it out. Last time, elbows and knees touch inside. Open it out. Now balance and pause. You're like a tiger that's just stopped still. No movement in the body. No movement in the mind. Last second here. Hands down, knees down. Amazing work. Now take your hands, one palm width, wherever it is, you move it to the front of the mat. Mat is built this long for a reason. You curl your toes and take this inverted V shape. We call this downward facing dog. If you ever notice a cat or a dog, once it wakes up, it will do this stretch naturally. Human beings, we just roll out and keep rolling. So just pedal your legs out. Bend one knee, straighten the other. You know when like you're on a pedal boat? Like that, just pedal your legs. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Stretching your legs out for 3. You want to fight to bring your heels down. 2, 1. Look forwards to the fingers and slowly walk your feet to the hands. No rush. Hold your elbows. Imagine you're like an old pendulum in a big clock and just sway. Your neck must relax. You have enough tension in your neck. You don't have to look up. Imagine your neck weighed some 100 kilos and it's pulling you to the toes. Sway and pull the elbows down. You will feel it behind your legs. Feeling it. Eventually, one day, yogis, your elbows must touch your toes. You might be like, what is this girl saying? But that's what we're working towards. And it's possible with simple thing called practice. That's all it is. Sway, release for 3, 2, 1. Now release your hands out. Imagine you're a zombie, okay? Pull the belly in, or if you don't want to be a zombie, be a puppet. Slowly come up. You're stacking each bone, one atop the other, as you slowly, slowly, slowly come up. This is so that those of us with low BP, high BP, all of that, no? Now slowly lift your hands up. Imagine you want to grab that sun from the sky. Pull up, 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 up. And bring your hands to heart center. Good morning. Finally feel like you're present in your body, no? We're going to take one Surya Namaskar and then I'm going to introduce you to something that's a little bit strong, which is called the Navasana boat pose. And we're doing it and you're all going to do it with me. Ready? Hands at your heart center. We salute ourselves, the sun that lives inside us. Even if you're not physically looking at the sun, there is that beautiful light within you and that's the sun I want you to connect with. Ready, yogis. Inhale, lift your hands up to the sky, stretch up. Like Tapan taught you. Beautiful. Exhale, slowly bring your hands down. I want you to really try and touch the floor. Lean into your toes. So most of us lean back, lean the weight forwards into your toes. Like you're almost going to fall. Stretch. Hands down, step the right leg back. Drop the right knee. And look forwards. Feel the stretch. Got it? From here, curl the right toes. You can step the left leg back into a high plank. You can all do this. It's 1 second hold, so don't tell your mind you can't. Got it? Now knees, chest and chin down. Looking like a little earthworm. It's called Ashtanga Namaskar in Sanskrit. Inhale, rise up like a snake. Bhujangasana. Got it? Curl the toes, lift the knees. Inverted V. Like a
Slide in a children's park. Head going through. Beautiful. Look forwards. Step your right leg in between your hands. If it doesn't go, you use your hand to move it to the front. That's all. Left knee down, or even once you come down, you stretch. Look forwards. Just stretch. Good, good. You're doing really well. Don't move the bum back, lean forwards. Now step the left leg also forwards. Slowly. And try and get your nose to touch the knees. Pull. If you want to use your hands and pull. Feeling it, na? Inhale, reach both your hands up to the sky. Salute the sun. And bring your hands to heart center. You're doing that really well. So let's do it just once more. And then I'm taking you to Navasana, boat pose. Inhale, reach up. We reach for something higher in our lives always. Exhale, we surrender our ego. All that holds us back. Just melt down and release anything you're holding. Inhale, we look forwards. Hands on the thighs. See if you can look forwards. Preparing your mind. Now hands down, step the right leg back. Rooted in all our culture, in our history. Right knee down, we still learn to look forwards. Good. Hands down, step both legs back. Holding it strong, Dandasana, reminding ourselves that there is so much strength within us. If only we let go of the weaknesses of the mind. Then your knees, chest and chin comes down. We are flexible. We learn that no matter what problem life provides us, we are flexible. Inhale, rise, lift your chest up nice and that no matter what happens, we will always learn to try and rise up again. And from there, curl the toes, lift the knees, take an inverted V shape. Reminding ourselves to be stable and strong. Lift your right leg, drop it in between your hands, yogis. Left knee is coming down. Look forwards, reminding yourselves to stay rooted and yet look forwards. And slowly when you're ready, left leg joins the right leg as you take this forward fold. Again, surrendering all ego, anything unnecessary, any drama and people in our lives, we're surrendering it to the Lord. And inhale, reach your hands up. And bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful work. If I was there, I'd give you a big hug, but Corona says no to those things. Okay, so we're going to come into our Navasana. Just keep your feet wide. Normally, it's hip width apart, no? Just step it wide. Got it? Sat down. I know, we're sitting down. Don't worry. Hands forwards. Got it? Now we're going to bend the knee. Just a kuti bend. Kuti is small in Tamil. I'm from Chennai, so don't mind all the Tamil slang. I'm originally from Kerala. All right, belly in. We're coming down slowly. Imagine you're sliding down a wall. So don't stick the bum out and come. You want to keep the body in a straight line. Remember what Ankita told you about scooping the belly in? Like you're holding that mug of water, na? So like that, we're coming down slowly. Ready? Slowly coming down for 10. Go as slowly as you can. Come, 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 try. Don't think. 9. If you let the mind think, it will be like, I cannot do all this. It will be one big drama queen. 8. 7. 6 and stop. Hello, cheater. One's hat off fully. Come up a little bit. This auntie in black. I don't know your name. Good girl. 5. Stay with me. 4. I know thighs are burning. Stay for 3. 2. 1. Now sit down. Oh, did you feel your thighs? Good job. Keep your hands behind and slowly sit down. Cross your legs. You're crossing your legs and sitting like this. Face the front itself. Your mat is built like this for a reason. Now you watch for 1 minute alone. Your nose comes in front of the ankle and you're going to reach up like a wave of water, forming almost a C shape. Then you're rounding and looking inside. That's all. Okay? We'll do it together. Don't worry, we're doing it 4 times. Bring your nose in front of your ankle like you're smelling something. Now rise up like you're a tidal wave that's rising from the ocean. Feel the front body stretch. Arch up, leading with your nose and chin. Beautiful. Some of you doing so well. Now round the back, inversion of the C. Look at your belly and lean back like you're going to fall. Super yogis. 3 more times, you'll get it off. Nose in front of the ankles. Reach up. Big wave of water. Feel the body stretch and release any tightness. You're leading with your nose, remember. Superb. Round, look at your belly and look within. Now do it with me with your breath. Inhale, nose down. Breathe and rise up. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Round and look within. Amazing. Last time, because you're so good. Inhale down.
Rising the chest up. And exhale, round. Look at your belly. Super. Same movement, you're doing it hands-free. You're going to be like, how is that possible? Watch once. You will go down, hands forwards, hands up. Imagine you're falling down. But God always gives the invisible rope of strength and wisdom. Hold on to it and pull yourself up. Got it? Let's just try. Don't freak out. You're not falling 4 floors. It is only 2 inches. So don't let the mind make it like 4 floors. Okay? Ready? Let's go. Nose down. Hands forwards. Hands up. Surrender all your drama. Exhale. Allow yourself to fall as close as you can. Hold that rope of wisdom and lift your chest up. Amazing. 3 more. Down. Hands forwards. Hands up, trusting His grace. Body relaxes. Try and get your tailbone down. Hold your invisible rope. Pull yourself up. Amazing, Yogi. So proud of you. 2 more, okay? Down. Hands forward. Don't entertain the mind. Only the body. Reach up to the fingers with your fingers. Slowly lean back. Tailbone down. Hold your rope. Pull off. That's all. That's all. It's okay if you found it hard. Try once more. Last time, okay? Down. And out. Everything with practice will get easy. If you found it hard, it's nothing. Just a little bit of practice. Reach back, fall down, pull and lift up. Amazing. Go, Ankita. Now we're going to add our feet, okay? So I'll show you once. You sit straight. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down. You're going to reach up. Keeping the spine straight, you're just going to lift the legs and hold. Okay? Some of you might find this a little bit challenging. Just place your hands down. It's only 5 seconds. Don't tell your mind it is 1 hour. It is only 5 seconds. You're holding the pose. Ready? Let's go. Go down. Reach up with your hands. Easy. Keep the straight back. Lift the legs off and wrap your hands underneath your legs. Give yourself a big hug. Hug it, hug it, hug it. Easy. Now, those of you that can, try and hold either elbow, pull the knee as close to your body as you can. But don't fall. Okay, it's okay if you fell also, no problem. Toes up. Okay, now I'll tell you why we fall. If you keep your back rounded like one ball, obviously, Daman, you'll fall down. Got it? The key is the spine straight. The straighter the back, the easier it is. Now, easy, you held it. It's easy with the hands, but life is always never easy, no? Life is always wanting to challenge us. So release the hands and hold. Stay with me, keep calm. Mind calm, body calm. Mind calm, body calm. Stay with me. Focus on your toes for 4. You got this. It's okay. Come. If you came down, come right back. Uncle in the blue and red. Come on. For 3. Breathe. Mind is calm. Mind over matter. This is where we practice it for 2. Can you control what you can see? 1. Release. Well done. Since you did that so well, round 2. Hello, black t-shirt. You have to continue doing. Down. No looking at me. I wish yoga was done easily by just looking. Na? Reach up all the way. I'm so sorry I don't have your names. Slowly lean back, grab hold, give yourself a big hug. Try it, just try it. Don't let the mind think otherwise. Super. Hugged in, look at your toes. Remind yourself you are capable. You're not weak. You're not anything else your mind is telling you. Spine is straight, release the hands and hold. Keep calm for 5. 4, look at you guys, stay right there. Beautiful for 3. So strong for 2. I love you guys. 1, release. Last round, because it's the last round, I'm going to make it kutti bit challenging. Kutti small. Inhale down. Out. Up. Big hug for the body. For learning so much, for trying so much. Got it? From here, release the hands. This time you'll touch your toes to the floor 3 times. Okay, so ready together. Touch once. Lift up, kick up like you're kicking a football. Go as much as you can. 2. Kick up. Come on, last time. 3. And up. Done. Cross your legs. That was amazing. Since you did so well, we'll do 1 more round. Last one round. Promise. Don't kill me. Come on. Inhale down. Reach out in front. Reach up to the sky. Stretch your back. Final round. Make it the best one. Give yourself a hug. Toes up. Shoulders back. Mind is calm. Body is even more calm. Release the hands. 5 taps. My red and blue uncle, you got this. Come on. Tap once. And lift. Good. 2. Keep it calm. And lift. 3. And up. Two more. 4 and up. Last time. 5 and up. Good. Cross sit down. Hoppa, you're feeling your belly a little bit. Well done. Reach both hands up and take a twist. Right hand in front of the left knee and just twist and look back. I want you to reflect on the practice. Did you try, or were you like, no, I don't want to try? What did your mind practice? You see, it's okay when the whole world gives up on us. When the whole world says you can't do it, it's fine. But when we give up on our own selves and say, yeah, I can't do that, now that's breaking. You must always support yourself. Let the mind not say, I can't. Let the mind instead say, it's hard, but I'm going to give it a shot. I will practice. I will get better. Reach hands up. Twist the other way. Release any tension in your back or your bellies. Look over the right shoulder like somebody standing there. Look at them. For 3, really reflecting on you. My teacher used to say, how you do the small things is how we do the big things. How we practice a simple, challenging Navasana is often how we deal with the big problems of life. Do we give up and be like, Chee, I can't do this? Or like, it's okay, it's hard, but I have the strength and ability to try. How are we practicing all that we learn? Come back to the center. Straighten your legs out, yogis. Hands parallel. You're going to come down slowly, okay? Like a soft leaf in the wind. Slowly lower your back down for the count of 5. 4, slowly for 3. 2, try not to fall. And 1, amazing. Hug your knees in and hand on the knees and draw some circles. We're releasing all the tension in our lower back. If there is, imagine your knees were like a DJ's turntables. Just draw circles. Yoga is where we practice everything we learn in Jnana Yoga. You learn you are not the body. And yet when it comes to biryani, I am definitely the body. When it comes to a difficult pose, I am definitely the body. Virtues grow only when we practice them in challenging times. You see, that's why we look up to the people we call gods, Krishna or Rama. Because even in the most difficult of times, they held strong to their values. Even in your Navasana, I need you to hold strong to your values. Bend your knees, feet are on the floor. Okay, we're taking one Setu Bandhasana or bridge pose. Let your fingers try and touch your legs. You want to bring them that close to your bum. Okay, palms down, push the hips up to the sky. Like you're one big bridge, lift. Only your hips, don't move anything else. Now imagine I put a magnet between your thighs. Don't move the legs, just bring your legs a little closer, thighs are closer rather, and push the hips up. Stretch up, last few seconds, and release. Good. Good job. Straighten your left leg, hug your right knee to the chest. And really start to think about how you went today. What are we practicing every day? Are we practicing being mediocre or just okay? Or are we practicing strength and excellence and wisdom and courage? What is our practice in life about? Take your left hand on that right knee. Okay. Take the knee to the left side. Open your right hand and look at the right fingertips. Try and bring the right knee as close to the floor, giving your lower back a release. So if you caused any tension, we're releasing it out. You see, yoga is about balance. Even though we do challenging things, we do the soft things as well. But it means balance. It doesn't mean always doing the soft things as well. It means doing the challenging things too. Twist for one more second. Bringing the knees down a little bit further. Breathing. Releasing. Good. Slowly come back, my yogis. Hug your opposite knee. And you must understand, a reflection is not blame. It's not judgment. Yo, I'm like this, I'm like that. It's reflection and introspection. It's not brooding. It's for us to see, okay, these are the things that I find challenging, and these are the spaces where I tend to give up. These are the things where I can change and get better with time. The physical practice is your vehicle to understand the mind. I hope you see that now. Hug the knees in 1 more inch closer, being grateful that we get to learn in these new and fun ways. Challenging, yes, but fun ways too. Right hand on the knee, yogis. Take the knee to the opposite side. Okay. Eyes on the left fingers. Twist. Again, trying to bring the left knee down. Good. Twist and really release any tension. We're not invoking tamas, remember that. We're invoking the sattva guna. There is awareness and calm. Twist 1 inch deeper if possible. Take 1 more second. And slowly, when you're ready, just gently come back to the center. Give both your knees a big hug. Head up to the knees. Squeeze your body into a kutti little ball, small ball. Head up, squeeze. Being grateful for this, for everything, for all the learning, everything. And then just release. Whoosh. Take your final Shavasana. Just close your eyes and lie back down in absolute silence. Try not to open your eyes. Shavasana is the most important part of the practice. What is the movement into the sattva guna? Just close your eyes, relax. Let it all just go.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
So just slowly moving your fingertips. And very slowly moving your toes. Take some long deep breaths. And when your body feels ready, curl to one side and come to seated with your eyes closed. Become still, physically and mentally. Letting the practice teach you more in the silence.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Bringing our palms together in gratitude that we have teachers that teach such beautiful things. That we have time in our lives to practice this. Being grateful for it all. Slowly, when you're ready, bring your palms to your third eye. A reminder, let every thought in this head be clear, loving, and positive. Fingertips to our throat or our lips. A reminder to let every word that comes out of this mouth be spoken with love and compassion, courage and wisdom. And finally, fingertips to our heart center. Reminding ourselves, let every action born of this body make this world a slightly better place than how we found it. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your energy, and your beautiful practices this morning. Together, may we have the most amazing, calm, deep day ahead. Namaste. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this session. Drink lots of water. Stay hydrated. And hopefully I'll see you again next Sunday. Take care. Bye.
Such a wonderful session. Thank you everyone for joining in on a Sunday morning, early morning. We hope you all enjoyed it. As most of you probably know, but these sessions, this is day 6. They're being organized by Chinmaya Mission and specifically the global youth wing of Chinmaya Mission, which is Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. And we are all students here. We have all learned. We're all part of the organization, and in many ways, our lives have transformed by the knowledge we have received here. And we're very, very grateful for all of this, and which is why all these trainers have come to share their experiences of yoga and of their own transformation. Is actually, that's what this whole challenge is. It's a reflection of their transformation, and they want everyone else to transform. That's the mission of Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, to harnessing youth potential through dynamic spirituality. So thank you so much for joining in. I will share some more information on the group. And thank you, Rohini Didi, for
It was a pleasure.
Hey,
Keep the
morning.
practice up, everybody. Don't stop, okay? Yoga is very important.
Thank you. Thank you.